Water Abyss City has long had an unwritten rule. On the last day of each month, at noon, the Lord City Master would go out, inspecting the city for various dangers and hidden secrets. As a result, the city's security has always been quite good. The Lord City Master is coming. Long live the Lord City Master. At this moment, in the center of the city, countless citizens stood in two neat rows, and well-trained soldiers divided the crowd. Despite this, the atmosphere was so charged with excitement that it made one's blood race. The Lord City Master of Water Abyss City, Xun'er, is a strong member of one of the ancient families in the city. He is sworn to serve Princess 7 and is a mid-stage 6-star Docian. I remember Lin Shuang mentioning that this guy is supported by a fairly powerful water-based family. Xiao Yin had easily entered Water Abyss City and was now in the crowd, observing the man riding a white horse in the center of the street. Some information quietly surged into his mind. This guy, not a suspect. After scanning the area, Xiao Yin decided not to focus on Lord Xun'er. With Xiao Yan's enormous soul power, unless one is a 7-star Docian, it is hard to hide from his perception. Lord, under your leadership, Water Abyss City has become even more prosperous. If Princess 7 were to personally visit here, she would surely be very pleased, said Butler Tian, who followed on horseback behind Xun'er, smiling. Let's hope so. But recently, some fishermen have gone out to sea, only to return empty-handed, and some have even disappeared without a trace. There has never been such a record in Water Abyss City, and we must not underestimate it. Xun'er waved at the citizens with enthusiasm but spoke quietly, clearly aware of the current problems. It was my oversight. I will deal with it in the coming days. Butler Tian smiled humbly, acknowledging his mistake. Since that's the case, let's go. We'll continue our patrol before heading back to handle other matters. As soon as Xun'er finished speaking, the two of them and the guard squad resumed their procession. Roar, roar, roar. Suddenly, as the two were about to leave for the next stop, several fishermen, dressed in their typical attire, burst out of the crowd. A brilliant red light surged from their bodies, and their eyes turned blood red. They broke through the soldiers' blockade in an instant, and their mouths opened wide, revealing sharp fangs. With lightning speed, they lunged at Xun'er. Guard squad, stop them. The crowd had already been buzzing with noise, and this sudden scene naturally caused panic. At this moment, Butler Tian snorted coldly, and several undercover agents hidden in the crowd swiftly rushed forward to subdue the attackers. Bang! 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 But the crazed fishermen paid no attention to the soldiers blocking their path. Their speed was so fast that they easily bypassed the guards, blood-red fangs bared, aiming to bite Xun'er. Crack! A sound rang out as Xun'er gently closed his eyes. Immediately, a thick, humid air filled the street, and the crazed fishermen were easily trapped in place by a silver water bubble, unable to move. What's going on? Seeing Xun'er subdue the attackers, Butler Tian's face turned pale as he questioned the guards beside him. Lord, we've thoroughly checked everyone coming and going. We really don't know about this, the soldiers muttered nervously. This is not their fault. Bring these men back. I'll personally interrogate them. Xun'er lightly waved his hand, and the vicious aura around the fishermen suddenly dissipated, and they fell into unconsciousness. Maintain order at the scene. The parade is over for today. With that, the white horse neighed loudly, and the group disappeared. That was a vicious aura? Xiao Yin, who had been quietly standing in the crowd, could not help but mutter to himself. Wait, those men were my uncles. How could you do this? Just as the madmen were being taken away by the city master's men, a young man jumped out of the crowd, angrily shouting at them. Boy, stop spreading nonsense and get out of the way. No one paid any attention to the young man, and the soldiers kicked him aside. You demons in human skin. You are the ones who should go to hell. The young man, kicked to the side, his eyes red from the pain, screamed. Kid, if you keep causing trouble, I'll have you arrested and thrown into the water dungeon. The soldier, seeing the young man unyielding, shouted in response. They are sick. The Lord City Master will give you justice. Let's go. Little brother, shall we have a chat? Xiao Yin softly said, effortlessly pulling the man away from the noisy crowd and into a quiet, secluded area. His instincts told him this man likely knew something important. "Sure. But I know what you're about to ask," the young man said, pausing to think for a moment. He stared into Xiao Yan's deep, piercing eyes and continued, "If it weren't for you, I would have been in a dangerous situation. Even though I was at fault, these soldiers would have subdued me first to maintain order. The ones who attacked the city master were my uncles," the young man said, calming himself as he spoke quietly. "Why did they attack the city master?" Xiao Yan asked. "Did they have some deep grudge?" Xiao Yan added, rhetorically, "No. Lord City Master is quite friendly with everyone in the city, whether it's the mercenaries who go out to kill sea beasts or us fishermen. I really don't know why they would try to assassinate him," the young man said, his face full of confusion. "This guy." Xiao Yan listened without interrupting. After all, the man was only at the Do-D level, and he was very weak, so if he lied, Xiao Yan would easily recognize it. But recently, when we fishermen went out to fish, most of the time we returned empty-handed. Some even went missing. And even when we did catch fish, they were acting strangely, almost like they were mad. They were completely different from the ones before. My uncles were among those who ate these fish, and that's when they started behaving like this. They were always very lively, but after eating the fish, they became silent all day. Once it was night or noon, they would go mad, biting anyone they saw, the young man recalled. "Are there still any of these fish?" Xiao Yan immediately realized the seriousness of the situation and asked. "No," the young man shook his head, not understanding why Xiao Yan was asking. "Where can I get these fish?" Xiao Yan persisted. If he could find one, it might reveal many secrets. "I don't think there are any left, but maybe you could try the Mercenary Guild," the young man said after some thought. "The Mercenary Guild?" Xiao Yan asked, intrigued. "No, but every time the Mercenary Guild goes out to hunt sea beasts, they end up with a lot of these fish. They also seek help for their own safety. If you want these fish, you can try the Mercenary Guild," the young man explained quietly. "Take this," Xiao Yan said, handing him a wisp of soul power. "If anything happens to your uncles, let me know immediately. I can help you." With that, Xiao Yan vanished like a ghost. A Do-Xian expert. The young man looked at Xiao Yan's terrifying speed and accepted the gift, his face full of envy. That day, Xiao Yan left the young man and headed straight for the Mercenary Guild in the city. The city not only housed the Mercenary Guild, but also other places where powerful experts gathered, like the Alchemist Association. However, Xiao Yan didn't want to reveal his full strength yet. He disguised himself as an ordinary mercenary, concealing his true power and only revealing himself as a one-star Do-Xian. After blending in, he made his way to the Mercenary Guild. From what the young man had described, it seemed that something was wrong in this sea region, and the fish caught by the fishermen were abnormal. Since the Mercenary Guild often went out to sea, it would be a good opportunity for Xiao Yan to join a mercenary group. It would serve two purposes. Wow, this Mercenary Guild is quite grand. As Xiao Yan arrived at the entrance of the Mercenary Guild and looked up at the imposing building, he couldn't help but speak out. The large structure resembled a long sword, with an odd shape, but the prominent, fierce patterns on its walls exuded a solemn air. There were even some hidden, subtle presences that suggested a strength not inferior to Xiao Yan's. The Mercenary Guild truly lived up to its name. "Lord." Just as Xiao Yan hesitated at the entrance, a few figures who were in charge of receiving mercenaries spoke up. A woman's sweet voice emerged as she leaned forward, smiling at Xiao Yan. Behind her, there were several dignified maids, indicating her high status. Although all these women worked as attendants at the Mercenary Guild, years of experience had given them sharp eyes. They could recognize dangerous individuals in the crowd, and while they occasionally made mistakes, most of the time they were incredibly accurate. Xiao Yan didn't avoid the question, coldly speaking, then stepped forward with a rather light gait toward the interior of the Mercenary Guild. "Lord, please follow me." At this moment, the woman in red, who had the highest status among the attendants, respectfully spoke as she looked at the man before her. Her ability to receive him personally was a clear indication of Xiao Yan's extraordinary status. Moreover, there was a faint but sharp aura surrounding him, one that could only belong to those who lived on the edge of life and death, such as powerful individuals who walked in dangerous places. Because of this, the attendants treated him with respect. After all, those who survived the perilous edge of life and death were not comparable to ordinary humans in terms of strength or wealth. May I ask if Lord came to the Mercenary Guild to issue a task for bodyguards and protectors, or to accept a mission to earn a commission? After entering the Mercenary Guild, the red-clad attendant led Xiao Yan into a quiet and elegant room. She gently poured tea, all the while observing Xiao Yan's every move. I didn't expect the Mercenary Guild had such good services. Hearing this, Xiao Yan nodded. It seemed that next time when he needed to search for magical beast blood or venture into particularly dangerous places, he could post a mission here to recruit some thugs. Given his current skills as an alchemist, he believed he could find plenty of strong individuals. Lord, have you never interacted with the Mercenary Guild before? The red-clad attendant asked gently, noticing Xiao Yan's surprised expression. Xiao Yan remained silent, his gaze deepening. He stared at the attendant as a brilliant soul force surged from him like an ocean. My apologies. I should not have asked, the red-clad attendant said, her heart racing. She even felt her breath freeze. She had no doubt that Xiao Yan could easily kill her at this moment. I'm here to accept a mission. I'm a bit short on funds lately, Xiao Yan replied. I need to find a mission that involves going out to sea and making a big profit. Seeing that the red-clad attendant did not speak further, Xiao Yan casually fiddled with the teacups on the table, waving his hand dismissively. But as he used his soul power, he noticed a rare wood attribute within this attendant. Such power could only be possessed by royal-level experts. He wondered why such a power would be present in a woman. Lord, we need to register your strength and attributes to better gather appropriate missions for you, the red-clad attendant whispered, her voice laced with caution. Yin Xiao, 3-star Dosien. Xiao Yan thought for a moment before responding. To avoid unnecessary complications, he chose to conceal his real name and true strength. Good. If you have any other secondary occupations, such as being an alchemist or a formation master, they would be highly appreciated, the red-clad attendant said as she mentally noted the information before stepping out of the room. By the way, I'm a 4th-grade immortal rank alchemist, Xiao Yan casually added with a smile. The attendant's body trembled slightly as she heard his words, and she silently stepped out of the room. What a terrifying individual. Just that soul force from earlier. It's probably more than just 4th-grade level. After hearing Xiao Yan's playful tone, the red-clad attendant couldn't help but think. Clearly, someone at Xiao Yan's level needed to be dealt with by the true managers. She quickly made her way to the back hall. Several minutes later, inside the Mercenary Guild. Sigh. Why haven't any alchemists dared to go out to sea recently? Are alchemists really so fragile? They're like flowers in a greenhouse, and they still claim to be respected. In my opinion, they should just go home, someone sneered. At that moment, inside a hall in the Mercenary Guild, where missions were registered and accepted, many mercenaries and powerful individuals gathered. Of course, special treatment like Xiao Yan's was only given to those with extraordinary power or status. J-Dragon, keep your voice down. This is about the mysterious sea territory. After all, one of the men warned. The 3 men, who appeared rather ordinary in appearance, nevertheless exuded a sharp killing intent that was hard to conceal. The man in white had a violent temper, the man in green was mysterious, and the man in black seemed to be the leader, with both his strength and social conduct being particularly impressive. The status of alchemists, especially higher-level ones, was greatly respected not only in Tianqing continent, but across all realms. The higher the rank, the more highly regarded they were. But without an alchemist, we can't go out to sea. The demonic winds in that sea area can only be dealt with by the sole power of a strong alchemist. We've come up empty-handed so far, and now this is the only mission we've managed to secure. Ugh. The man in white was about to speak, but was silenced by the man in black, who covered his mouth and nose. Did I hear you're heading out to sea? Can I join in? These 3 individuals are, of course, the best mercenary group that the red-robed maid found for Xiao Yan. Hee brother, we were just joking around, said the man in black as he stepped forward to smooth things over. Rumble. At that moment, Xiao Yan couldn't be bothered with wasting words. The spirit palace inside him shifted, and the soul power at immortal grade level gently spread out. Immortal. Immortal soul power? Seeing the terrifying display from the man in black before them, the three couldn't help but exclaim in shock. Respected alchemist, welcome to join our Jasmine mercenary group. The remaining formalities will be handled by our members. Tomorrow morning, we will come to pick you up and set sail. Our destination is the sea region. As for the purpose and the reward, allow me to keep it confidential for now. I will personally inform you tomorrow. Is this acceptable to you? While speaking, the man in black smiled as he stared at Xiao Yan and the red-robed maid beside him. Anyone received by the red-robed maid was likely a strong individual with special abilities, so the man in black had no doubts. Yin Xiao, a pleasure working with you. The two clasped hands and separated after a moment. Thanks for the trouble, Xiao Yan said casually to the red-robed maid beside him before leisurely leaving. This guy, he's quite terrifying. Inform Elder Gu and the others. We set sail tomorrow, one of the men muttered as he watched Xiao Yan's departing figure. The previously silent man in green spoke in a low voice. The vast sea region, full of unknown dangers. That night, with such terrifying events occurring in Water Abyss City, the entire city was thrown into a panic. After all, the Emperor's mysterious illness still hadn't been properly explained, and now this had happened, which naturally terrified the common people. Inside the Lord's mansion. Have you investigated thoroughly? At this moment, the city master stood quietly in the underground prison, looking at the few men bound tightly inside their cell and unconscious, as he asked the soldier next to him. In the corridor of the prison, only one soldier and the city master were present. Bai Lu, the highest-ranking officer in charge of the legal punishment in Water Abyss City. City master, these are the men who tried to bite you in broad daylight. According to my investigation, it seems they accidentally consumed some strange ingredients, which drove them mad. Bai Lu scanned the cell, realizing that there was no one else inside, and then spoke up. What's going on? Bai Lu's cautious behavior was naturally noticed by Wu Kuan, who frowned and asked, City Master, while investigating the strange power inside these men, I faintly discovered something else. There is one thing I'm unsure whether I should mention. Seeing how serious Wu Kuan looked, Bai Lu spoke softly. Speak. Wu Kuan's face darkened. These men have a rather strange toxic energy inside them, a kind of power I once saw at Butler Tian's house. At that time, the plague in Water Abyss City had already been completely eradicated. It was something I happened to notice during a chance encounter. Bai Lu said softly, his body trembling slightly as he spoke. This toxin had completely disappeared after the plague ended, and what he saw at Butler Tian's house could probably prove something. Butler Tian's contribution to Water Abyss City is well known. Anyone who slanders such a hero will incur divine retribution, Wu Kuan said coldly, but his mind couldn't help but recall some of Butler Tian's recent strange behavior. Yes, Lord, I only mentioned this casually. I never intended to slander Butler Tian, but ever since the Emperor returned with that terrible disease, something feels off about Water Abyss City, Bai Lu said helplessly. I know about this. Remember, no one else can know. Continue investigating these men. If necessary, after contacting their families, spare no effort to examine their internal organs. We must uncover some useful information. Wu Kuan said with a cold tone, before walking away. Such a big shot, really strange. Bai Lu sighed in relief after Wu Kuan left. Decades ago, before the Emperor arrived, Water Abyss City had been struck by a terrifying plague that spread across the entire city, turning it into a wasteland. Just when everyone had given up, it was the city master and Butler Tian who ventured into the sea region and found the cure, saving the city. Since then, the people of Water Abyss City had been deeply loyal to the city master Wu Kuan and Butler Tian. The night passed slowly, and the next day arrived. My lord. Early in the morning, a soft knock came from outside Xiao Yan's room. You all really are early risers. Xiao Yin opened the door with a smile, but today, besides the man in white, green, and black, there was another person. My lord, this is Yin Xiao, an immortal grade-level expert. Respected alchemist, this is Elder Gu from our Jasmine Mercenary group, a late 4-star Do Xian expert. By the way, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Ning Ling, and I'm in charge of the various matters of the Mercenary group. The one in white is Tan Yulong, and the one in blue is Shan Tian. As she opened the door, 4 figures appeared outside, and the black-clad Ning Ling introduced them one by one. Yin Xiao, I hope we have a pleasant cooperation. Xiao Yin extended his hand, but he faintly sensed that the elder named Elder Gu might be more powerful than he appeared. Let's go. The leader is urging us, and we're pressed for time. We can talk about other matters on the way. I hope the alchemist won't mind. After a brief moment, Ning Ling smiled gently and then prepared to leave, heading toward the dock. Let's go. Xiao Yin said no more and followed her. Meanwhile, inside the Mercenary Guild, Vice President, why do you think the Jasmine Mercenary Group is in such a hurry this time? In a luxurious inner hall of the Mercenary Guild, a man and a woman appeared. The man exuded an imposing presence, with a sharp aura and strength, while the woman was the red-clad woman who had received Xiao Yin yesterday. I'm not sure, but this time the Jasmine Mercenary Group has taken on 2 rather troublesome tasks, the Vice President said coldly. Oh, what kind of tasks are they? The red-clad woman showed interest, looking at the Vice President. One seems to be an escort mission. As for the other, it appears to be hunting down a sea beast that's been causing trouble in the sea, the Vice President replied. Young miss, this place is too dangerous. You should return to the royal family, the Vice President said with a troubled expression as he looked at the red-clad woman. This seems interesting, the red-clad woman murmured, not paying much attention to the Vice President's words, and disappeared. A moment later, at the dock, a luxurious ferry nearly 100 meters long appeared. On the ferry's deck, 2 graceful figures stood elegantly. I heard that your Jasmine Mercenary Group has a great reputation in Water Abyss City and has never had a record of failure. I hope you won't disappoint me this time, one of the women said to the graceful figure in front of her, a woman wearing a wide-brimmed hat. Don't worry, our Jasmine Mercenary Group has never failed. The woman under the hat smiled slightly, offering no further explanation. After all, her fierce killing intent and her strength at the 6-star Do Xian level spoke for themselves. The woman under the hat was Mei, the leader of the Jasmine Mercenary Group. It was said that she was a beauty and an extremely powerful 6-star Do Xian. They're here. As they spoke, Xiao Yin and the others stepped onto the deck. Leader, this person is an immortal rank alchemist. Everything is ready, only lacking the final piece. Ning Ling said cheerfully as 7 people stepped onto the deck. If this mission succeeded, they would make a fortune. So everyone had smiles on their faces. After all, since the emperor fell ill, they often returned empty-handed. This was a rare big deal. You have 5 minutes to ask anything related to this trip. As the leader of the Jasmine Mercenary Group, I have the right to tell you or not, Mei said simply, staring at Xiao Yan's deep eyes. I don't have any special requests. I just finished my seclusion and wanted to go out and gain some experience. I heard about the Devil Sea Beast causing a stir outside the Water Abyss City sea area, so I thought I'd check it out. It's worth the trip, Xiao Yan said, somewhat surprised that the leader of the Jasmine Mercenary Group was a woman, and her strength and presence were far beyond what an ordinary powerful person could compare to. Since that's the case, then let's set off. Elder Gu, protect him along the way. Remember, everything must be done according to my orders. Otherwise, even if you're an immortal rank alchemist, I won't show you any mercy. After the mission is completed, your reward will not be shortchanged. Mei glanced indifferently at Xiao Yan, a strange feeling lingering in her mind that Xiao Yan's seemingly harmless face might hide something dark and dangerous beneath. Set sail. With a soft command, the massive luxurious ferry slowly began to move, heading toward the vast sea. At the moment they set sail, the sky was clear, but as the ferry gradually left Water Abyss City and moved deeper into the sea, the sky suddenly darkened, and the calm sea became turbulent. The ferry was large, and everyone had their own private rooms. However, apart from a few ordinary helmsmen, the rest were Xiao Yan and the members of the Jasmine Mercenary Group. In Xiao Yan's room, this Jasmine Mercenary Group is probably not simple, Xiao Yan said quietly, sitting on the edge of his bed, analyzing the situation. The mercenary group that the red-clad maid found for Xiao Yan yesterday was, of course, the undefeated Jasmine Mercenary Group. However, this group was different from other mercenary groups, because aside from their leader Mei, no one else knew the specifics of the mission. Mei's strength is likely at the 6-star Do Xian level, and her combat ability is probably extremely powerful. As for Elder Gu's strength, he's likely not at the 4-star Do Xian level, but at the 5-star Do Xian level. Also, that weak woman on the deck before we set sail seemed to be carrying something precious. This mercenary group is indeed interesting. Also, my sacred flame is writhing uncontrollably inside me. Soul Hall, or is it the extraterritorial evil clan? The sin-related matters? Xiao Yan muttered to himself, but he knew very well that this wasn't the time for him to act. Thus, he decided to wait and observe, curious about what kind of scheme this mercenary group was concocting. After all, his main goal was only to uncover the root cause of this mysterious illness, and anything else had little to do with him. Captain, do you think this alchemist will interfere with our plans? In a room wrapped in a special barrier, Jasmine removed her conical hat, revealing her skin as white as snow, her appearance alluring. Elder Gu, his face pale, asked cautiously, "Don't worry. A mere 5-star Do Xian won't stir up much trouble. Besides, we need his soul power protection when we're in certain dangerous areas of the sea or hunting that sea beast," Jasmine said lazily, as if Xiao Yan posed little threat in her eyes. "Elder Gu, keep an eye on him during the battle," Jasmine added, her tone cautious despite her usual nonchalance, being the leader of the mercenary group. "Understood. But I have one more question," Elder Gu asked. "Captain, where exactly are we escorting that woman? Isn't it too dangerous? This escort mission has been posted at the Mercenary Guild for months, yet no mercenary group has taken it. The reward is generous, but..." Elder Gu expressed his concern. The vastness of the sea, coupled with the unpredictable dangers within it, left him uneasy, especially since Jasmine had not shared the full details of the mission, which made them even more anxious. "Elder Gu, although the Jasmine mercenary group is small, we still abide by the rules. Relax, everything is under my control. Go get some rest," Jasmine said, showing no concern, her tone almost eager. If this mission succeeded, she would be able to retire with honor. As for escorting that woman, despite the dangers along the way, it was all worth it. All right. Elder Gu sighed helplessly before leaving. As night fell, the large ferry sailed alone through the sea. Thunder rumbled ominously in the sky, suggesting an approaching storm. Knock, knock, knock. The sound of someone knocking on Xiao Yan's door interrupted his quiet meditation. "Come in." Xiao Yan, who had been about to close his eyes and focus on cultivating his soul power, opened his eyes in surprise. The aura emanating from the visitor was unfamiliar and extraordinarily strong, instantly alerting him to a potential threat. He didn't believe this would be a friendly encounter. Creak. Boom. As Xiao Yan's voice faded, a figure as eerie as a ghost swiftly pushed open the door and entered the room. At the same time, a delicate hand waved, and a pale white energy barrier scroll fell to the ground, effortlessly isolating the room from the outside world. A barrier scroll? An assassination attempt? Xiao Yan's pupils shrank, and he immediately stood up, his gaze locked on the intruder, wary. The barrier scroll was expensive and could temporarily conceal a space, a prime choice for ambushes or theft. "Don't misunderstand. I didn't mean that," the woman said with a smile. "Master Yin Xiao, right?" Just as Xiao Yan was about to take action, the woman in black slowly removed her cloak, revealing a pale blue robe that flowed gracefully. A mysterious woman? Xiao Yan was taken aback. Earlier on the deck, he had sensed that this woman was being protected by Jasmine, indicating that she was of greater importance than he initially thought. "My name is Zhang Yu," the woman in the blue robe said, not minding Xiao Yan's cautious gaze. She flicked her long black hair, letting it cascade down like a waterfall. "Ugh, being undercover is such a hassle." What's going on here? Xiao Yin was confused. Despite her enticing figure and alluring beauty, Xiao Yin could clearly sense that this woman was only a one-star Dou-Xian. With such an obvious display, did she not fear any consequences? Wait a minute, the barrier scroll is expensive. This woman probably has a formidable background, Xiao Yin analyzed in his mind. I heard you're an immortal great alchemist? Zhang Yu wasted no time and asked directly, her eyes flickering as if pondering something else. Yes, Xiao Yin nodded lightly, intrigued by what this woman might be up to. Since you're an immortal great alchemist, then I won't beat around the bush, Zhang Yu continued, a confident smile spreading across her face. I have a business deal, or rather a transaction, that I'm sure you'll be interested in. Not interested. You should go find Jasmine's mercenary group outside, Xiao Yin replied, his gaze sharp as he eyed Zhang Yu. I'm just a weak alchemist, I can't. Xiao Yin kept his guard up. Don't rush, Zhang Yu said with a smile, clearly enjoying Xiao Yan's reaction. I haven't finished speaking yet. Not interested. Go find them outside. Go back? Xiao Yin waved his hand, issuing the dismissal order. You. Zhang Yu's chest heaved violently, anger rising as she spoke. If it weren't for the urgency of the situation, she would never have let Xiao Yin off so easily. Hurry up and leave or I'll call someone, Xiao Yin shrugged. What a joke. With his fire attribute Sacred Flame Power, in these waters with no factions involved, Xiao Yan's strength was barely at the peak of his former self. Even a sea beast of the same rank, like a 5-star Dou-Xian, could easily fight him to a draw. I'll leave after I finish speaking. The deal I'm talking about involves the Emperor's illness. And it might even allow you to unlock a new attribute. Zhang Yu gritted her teeth and said, word by word. Hee, Miss Zhang Yu, please have a seat. As soon as Zhang Yu finished speaking, Xiao Yan's attitude changed drastically, even his pupils showing an unprecedented fervor. The chance to unlock a new attribute again. A faint whisper echoed in Xiao Yan's mind, like a huge wave crashing, instantly changing his attitude toward Zhang Yu to one of great interest. Some people change their faces faster than flipping a book. Zhang Yu coldly snorted as she sat down at the table, but secretly she felt a little pleased. Don't blame me. If it weren't for the protection of the Jasmine mercenary group, I wouldn't dare venture out to sea. The sea is filled with danger, and as alchemists, most of us specialize in fire attributes. Fire attributes are greatly weakened in the sea. So, Xiao Yin hurriedly explained. Fine, I won't argue with you. I originally wanted to cooperate with the Jasmine mercenary group, but none of them were qualified, so you're the lucky one. Zhang Yu patted her chest to calm herself. Unlocking a new attribute. What exactly is going on? After a moment, Xiao Yin quietly asked. The division of attributes was set from birth. While there might be rare cases of a second attribute appearing during cultivation, the chances were incredibly low. Right now, Xiao Yin was lucky enough to possess both fire and wood attributes. As for the thunder attribute of his soul clone Xiao Lei, it would still take time and opportunities to fully master it. Even the water attribute within the Bashia's mark was difficult to control. This only showed how challenging it was to master a second attribute. Do you know why this sea is called the Devil's Sea? Zhang Yu asked, her tone full of interest. Only by convincing Xiao Yin to follow her could she enter the mysterious place. Without his company, she would have no chance of survival. No, Xiao Yin shook his head. It was clear that Jasmine hadn't mentioned anything about this mission to Xiao Yin, and he hadn't asked. This is the Devil's Sea. And it's called the Devil's Sea because the sea beasts here are all man-eating magical beasts. Zhang Yu glanced at Xiao Yin, seemingly trying to scare him. Devil's Sea. Xiao Yin murmured, nodding. The Jasmine mercenary group's mission is twofold. First, they are escorting me. I must go to the center of the Devil's Sea, where there are incredibly valuable things. And it's related to whether you can unlock a new attribute. Only once we reach that place can I explain everything to you. But for now, I must keep it a secret. Because there's too much at stake in the center of the Devil's Sea. Zhang Yu was extremely cautious, as if she feared being discovered. All right. But the Jasmine mercenary group doesn't seem to be here just for you, does it? Xiao Yin said with a serious tone. They have another mission. to hunt the overlord of the Devil's Sea, the demonic whale sea dragon beast. Zhang Yu hesitated for a moment but still spoke, since it wasn't too much of a secret. What? The demonic whale sea dragon beast? Xiao Yan's mouth went dry upon hearing this. The demonic whale sea dragon beast was a dominant force in the human world. Not only was it incredibly powerful, but it also possessed impressive dragon blood. Its combat power was truly terrifying. By the way, this sea beast has already survived its first heavenly tribulation, Zhang Yu added, noticing Xiao Yan's surprised expression. Survived the first heavenly tribulation? Xiao Yan's heart sank again. For humans, the 9-star Do Xian stage marked the beginning of the 9 reincarnations. Each reincarnation required passing the reincarnation tribulation. But for magical beasts, as long as their strength reached the Do Xian level, they had 2 ways to survive the tribulation. One was to live for 10,000 years, automatically triggering the heavenly tribulation. Magical beasts, like the sea beast, face 10 heavenly tribulations. Only after surviving all 10 can they transcend the mortal world and become the supreme Do Shen demon beast. However, the heavenly tribulations they must endure are far more formidable than the powerful reincarnation tribulation faced by humans. As a result, no magical beast has ever successfully overcome all 10 tribulations to become a true Do Shen. Nevertheless, once a magical beast has passed even a single heavenly tribulation, its power undergoes a tremendous transformation. Most importantly, any magical beast that has survived a heavenly tribulation will always drop beast crystals when slain. Typically, when a magical beast falls, it has a high chance of dropping a magic core, which can be used to refine pills or enchant weapons. However, the exact purpose of beast crystals remains unknown. After all, a beast that has survived even one heavenly tribulation is so powerful that few humans would dare challenge it. Still, the allure of such treasures is likely as great as that of sacred flame. What is the strength of this sea beast? Xiao Yan asked cautiously. For some reason, he felt that the beast crystal might be a rare and valuable item. It should be at the 6-star Do Xian level, but I'm not entirely sure, Zhang Yu replied, shaking his head. Looks like the Jasmine Mercenary group has quite an appetite, Xiao Yan chuckled. No wonder they were willing to pay a high price to recruit an alchemist. You should head back. We'll be entering a dangerous zone soon. I can't promise you anything right now. If the Jasmine Mercenary group can't defeat this sea beast, we will only retreat, Xiao Yan said, pondering the dangers ahead. All right, but there's something interesting inside you. Perhaps you can eliminate that big fellow. Zhang Yu left with these ambiguous words. Phew! Xiao Yan closed the door, calmed his emotions, and set up a soul barrier before finally sitting down to think. A 6-star Do Xian level beast that has passed its first heavenly tribulation, the demonic whale sea dragon beast. If I can slay this one and obtain something from its body, I'll have a breakthrough in my dragon god's 4th transformation. And there's also the beast crystal. Only after slaying this beast will I have a chance to head into the center of the Devil's Sea territory and unlock a new power. It looks like this trip to the Devil's Sea territory will yield great rewards, Xiao Yan muttered, his voice filled with excitement. After a moment's hesitation, he began cultivating his wood attribute Do core. After all, in such a sea area, the fire attribute's power would be significantly weakened, so he had to prepare some backup plans. However, Xiao Yan overlooked Zhang Yu, a weak individual with extraordinary treasures who was boldly heading to the Devil's Sea territory alone. Her background might be far more terrifying than it seemed. Elsewhere, inside Zhang Yu's room, clatter. Returning to her room, she threw down a scroll. Unlike before, this scroll exuded a strong aura of light. Whoosh, whoosh. A barrier appeared, and a phantom figure gently materialized in midair. Master, Zhang Yu performed a mysterious gesture and spoke respectfully. How is everything? A voice, as if from the heavens, echoed through the air, reverberating with immense power. The figure's back was turned to Zhang Yu, but 2 pairs of pure white wings emanated an incredibly sacred and inviolable aura. With every gentle flap of the wings, the entire realm fell into a profound silence. Once we pass through this sea area, we'll reach the demonic whale sea dragon beast's lair. Only when the Jasmine Mercenary group has destroyed it can I proceed into the Devil's Nest. Zhang Yu spoke with utmost respect. Take the teleportation array I gave you. Only after entering the Devil's Nest can it be activated. Otherwise, if I descend, the movement will alert the enemy. The four-winged woman's voice was like that of an ancient Valkyrie, filled with authority. Yes, master, Zhang Yu replied. A group of evil beings.